A Dead Rose, written by Elizabeth Barrett Browning, from the book titled Mrs. Browning, Circa 1892. O rose, who dares to name thee? No longer rosette now, nor soft nor sweet, but pale and hard and dry as stubble wheat. Kept 7 years in a drawer, thy titles shame thee now. The breeze that used to blow thee between the hedgerow thorns and take away an odor up the lane to last all day, if breathing now unsweetened would forgo thee. The sun that used to smite thee and mix his glory in thy gorgeous urn, till beam appeared to bloom and flower to burn, if shining now with not a hue would light thee. The dew that used to wet thee and white first grow incarnadine, because it lay upon thee where the crimson was, if dropping now would darken where it met thee. The fly that lit upon thee to stretch the tendrils of its tiny feet along thy leaves' pure edges after heat, if lighting now would coldly overrun thee. The bee that once did suck thee and build thy perfumed ambers up his hive and swoon in thee for joy till, scarce alive, if passing now would blindly overlook thee. The heart doth recognize thee. Alone, alone, the heart doth smell thy sweet, doth view thee fair, doth judge thee most complete, perceiving all those changes that disguise thee. Yes, and the heart doth owe thee more love, dead rose, than to any roses bold, which you know who wears it dances, smiling cold. Lie still upon this heart, lie still upon this heart, which breaks below thee. I hope you enjoyed my narrative slash I'm an actor. I'm a Shakespearean actress, darling. No, but seriously, that is such a beautiful piece of poetry. And if you have ever had a broken heart, you'll relate to it. I mean, if you read it in the context of modern times, it's all there. It's all there. I mean, she's spitting. She's just spitting, venomous accusations at this rose. And it's also really compelling to understand that nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary. And I really wanted to get that piece of poetry out during pruning roses season. So it's the end of January, and I love roses. I have a huge rose garden. They're kind of everywhere. I collect them. And getting out there in the garden with my dead rose sweater was such a pleasure because it was actually quite chilly. And I got a lot of work done. So enjoy pruning your roses and make sure to keep your tools clean. With each rose bush that you prune, make sure that you clean your tools, because that's important. We don't want our roses to become diseased and die forever. I mean, we want them to come back and bloom and bring love and joy into our beautiful, tiny little broken hearts that mend and grow and we go through pain and we go through suffering and we go through joy and love and forgiveness. And it's the human condition. We're here on earth to enjoy all the versions of ourselves and our fractionated self and all of the things that that brings. And we can embrace that as humans. This is what makes us so beautiful and so contradictory and so amazing. That doesn't mean that you have to forgive. That doesn't mean that you have to forget. Like, I forgive myself for allowing things to happen for as long as they did, and that's where it stops. I forgive myself. I no longer am angry at myself because I allowed a certain situation to go on and on and on that was humiliating and embarrassing. And we've all been through it. I know I'm not the only one. But now, I have confidence and I have courage that I now can grow into a healthy relationship, something that is healthy and honest and authentic. And we grow from that and we learn from these things. So blessed be everybody, blessed be, and enjoy trimming those roses back. Okay, mwah. I love it so much. He giveth his beloved sleep. This is the first book that I purchased from Elizabeth Barrett Browning. I'm into Memento Mori big time, and this is a very Georgian book, and it's so beautiful. I am so excited that I have this in my possession, and I want to do just a quick flip through on how beautiful this book is. It's from 1895. And, they made little books like this, little pieces of poetry books to give away to people that had lost a loved one. And I think this is just an exceptional piece of artwork. And every page is just absolutely stunning and beautiful. And I might be even considering doing some oracle decks with this, just because the artwork is so stunning and beautiful. And I would like to do a read through on it. I need to study it a little bit more, but as you can see, I have become a big fan of Elizabeth Barrett Browning. Now, she is a very, very interesting woman and comes with a very, very interesting story. It's romantic, it's dark, it's scary, it's creepy, it's political. She was an anti-slavery abolitionist, and she wrote a lot of political pieces based on that movement that was happening during that time. Even though she was English, she was brought up in a very wealthy household. Her family for generations had owned a sugar plantation in Jamaica and basically started the slavery movement. And by the time she was born, again, generations later, she was absolutely appalled by the whole movement. And at this point, it had, the disease had crossed over into America. So she was fighting against all of that. And I love that about her. But anyhow, moving forward, at some point, I really want to revisit this beautiful piece of artwork and do some oracle decks. And those will probably be on my Patreon page or whatever platform I choose to, put this product on. So, and it could also be some digital downloads for printables for people who love to do junk journaling like I do. But I mean, can we please come up with another word for junk journaling? I can't do the junk in front of journaling. To me this is an art form. Like maybe I should be calling it collage couture. Like it's collage coutouring. I think that sounds so much more romantic. The second book that I purchased from Elizabeth Barrett Browning is this one that I found on eBay. And it wasn't cheap, but you know what? I just fell in love with her poetry and her writing and her story. And it had the piece of poetry titled The Dead Rose, which I found out about while I was knitting the Rosie sweater, which I titled The Dead Rose Sweater. So I used a combination of different patterns on that, and that is actually in a previous video on my YouTube channel. But look at how beautiful this book is. I'm just so enamored. So I haven't really done a lot of research on it yet. I haven't really read through it. I plan on picking a piece of poetry for each sweater that I knit. And she has some very interesting subject matters that she touches bases on. She wrote a piece of poetry called The Human, and it's just very interesting. I find her fascinating, and I'm really excited to kind of dive into what is inside this poetry book. I mean, her library, her repertoire, her catalog is huge. I mean, it's just huge. There wasn't a lot of illustrations in this particular book, but that's not what I was really going for. Although some of them are actually quite delightful. So, yeah, we're going to take a deeper dive into this book and find some really interesting pieces of poetry to inspire us to knit a sweater. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I did. I love it so much!